Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, and out here sweating. It's going to rain soon. Planting flowers today. Beautifying my sacred ground as best I can. And I wanted to do a follow-up to yesterday's post about acceptance versus arrogance. And all night long after I did that, and I put it up on YouTube last night, and but all day yesterday after that and today, I've been thinking about how the universe keeps putting certain scenarios, keeps putting me into certain scenarios until I get it. Okay, so I talked about this before, but it's very powerful right now with something that's happening. Um, I've had single mothers who have raised their sons. Multiples of those have come into my life. I've had situations in my professional career where, and that's one of the things that's happened over the last year, where I've had to accept certain things, particularly what I'll call levels of quality, different standards of quality than my standard of quality. And I don't mean I'm not a perfectionist. I like the phrase "I strive for excellence, not perfection." But everybody has a different idea, and we all have different pressures and different priorities and motivations. And so, over the last year, that's something that I've had to come to grips with. I wasn't handling it well a year ago. And I am now a lot better. And it's what happened is it's changed my relationship with my colleagues, which is very nice. Okay. Now, now that that one is kind of going by the wayside, a new challenge comes back. And it's along a similar theme. And it's the theme I talked about yesterday, and that's acceptance. And in this world of ours, this noisy, crowded world, we have to accept a lot of things that are very difficult to accept, starting with other people. And I have very few neighbors here. Most of them are part-time. So the cabins around me, most of them empty, 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 empty. And only one over here and the one next to me here is these guys, even though they're part-time, they're here right now. And he's doing some things to his property that are not what I would call improving the beauty of this sacred ground. But I have to accept that not everybody, in fact, nobody but me probably, really sees this and connects with this every day as sacred ground. There are the locals, some of the locals do. The plumber who plumbed my cabin when it was being built, Donnie, he called it God's country, Appalachia, the Smoky Mountains here. And I have to agree with him. It's just beautiful. And there's a lot of places like this around the world. And I've seen a lot of them, and I've lived in a lot of them. But not everybody sees it that way. They are, in this particular case, very much enmeshed in the materialistic world. And it's very interesting to watch. I was thinking about it today after watching my mother cross over, which I've talked about before, during a 12-day period in November 2009, to watch some of my neighbors, because a lot of them are much older than me. These guys are 80. This couple over here is 80. I think the guy over across from me passed away. And there's a lot of people here in their 60s and 70s. So it's a lot of baby boomers. And so they are probably harboring at some level some fear of death. And so I've been thinking about this with regards to the guy next door who clings on to a lot of materialism. Is he trying to cling on to something that, is he trying to hang on to something that you can't hang on to, which is this mortal existence? So I tell myself that to try to have some empathy and realize that that I am still safe regardless of what any of these people do. And that's something that we have to really come to grips with, is our own, he's reflecting something in me. All right, some kind of fear. And we have to come to grips with that. What is somebody bringing out of us? And so I've been thinking about that a lot last night and today. And I wanted to share that because we will continually get these situations where we are challenged at very deep levels, and we have to learn how to manage it. We have to learn how to express it. We have to learn how to release it. Not easy. I'm not here to say it's easy. I'm just doing my own self-examination right now. But it's difficult. The fear can bring up a lot of anger. And that anger is not righteous anger. It can become destructive anger. And that's where we have to be very careful. It can be destructive to ourselves and destructive to others. It can be the vengeful anger. And we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. We have to realize, in this situation, for example, where I'm at here, everybody has a different idea of what the word community means. And I think some people have no idea what it means, but that's another story. When I think of community, I think of the Amish. I remember when we visited the Amish in grade school from Madison Heights, Michigan. We drove over to the by bus over to the west side of Michigan, around the Battle Creek, Kalamazoo area, and we had a little exchange going on with some other students, and we went and visited the Amish. And I used to have the newspaper article where I was quoted in the newspaper, the local newspaper. I think it was the Royal Oak Tribune. My mother saved it. There's 3 or 4 of us in the picture. Steve Frammel and Steve Franklin, I think his name. Heidi Schmidtke and Linda Woodward, I think, were all in the picture. Yep, and that's community. where they put the community first, much like the other earth honoring societies of our present and past, the Native Americans, the shamanic tribes that are all over the world. Very different concept of community than we have. And I have to remind myself of this often sometimes, because people will do things that these earth honoring societies would not do. And but we have to be accepting, because it's not that I'm better than them, because I'm not. I'm just different, and we're all different, and we have to come to grips with that in this noisy, crowded society. And I find that it's easy to be accepting and ignore people on social media. So if I'm attacked for something, and which has happened recently again, and I can ignore it all, you know. But the closer in proximity that it gets, whether it's family, colleagues, neighbors, intimate partners, the closer it gets, the more effort we need to expend inside of ourselves to manage this. And it just takes practice. One reason why we keep getting put in these situations is so we can practice, but we have to be cognizant of that. Here's another, we have to be cognizant. First, we look at the past and we go, yep, there's the pattern, boom, boom, boom. Okay, now is that pattern happening right now in some fashion, in some form? Ask yourself, what pattern or patterns is happening in your life right now that has happened in the past? And then how can I change my thoughts, my emotions, my feelings, and my responses to that situation, so that then the universe will move us on to a new challenge, and it will never end, I think. That's my belief. Okay? It will never end. All right? So I hope you're enjoying your Sunday wherever you are. It's really quiet here. Looks like the rain's going to miss us for a little while again. That's good. But man, is it humid. Which brings out all the little no-see-ums, which is why I'm doing this. So enjoy Memorial Day weekend here if you're in the United States. Otherwise, just enjoy life. And when in doubt, breathe. Cosmic energy, earth energy, heart energy. Send loving heart energy out to all beings, all dimensions, all timelines, all realities. May this day be filled with compassion, loving kindness, and courage. Until next time.